Welcome back to the channel. In our last episode, we explored the haunting mystery of the Hinterkaifeck murders. Tonight, we move from a lonely farmhouse in Germany to the streets of California, where, in the late 1960s, an unknown killer terrified an entire state and left behind one of the greatest mysteries in true crime history. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer. It's the summer of 1968. San Francisco is buzzing with counterculture, music, and political change. But beneath the energy of the time, a shadow is about to fall. A shadow that would leave scars for decades. Two teenagers, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, were on their first date. They drove to a quiet lover's lane in Vallejo, California. But what was supposed to be a romantic evening turned into a nightmare. Out of the darkness, a man appeared, armed with a gun. He shot them both, execution style. Betty Lou was found lying on the ground, shot 5 times in the back as she tried to run. David was killed at close range. No one knew it then. But this was the Zodiac's beginning. 7 months later, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, were attacked in a similar way. Darlene was killed. Mike barely survived. But this time, the killer made a phone call to police, calmly reporting his crime and even taking credit for the earlier murders. And then came the letters. In August 1969, 3 nearly identical handwritten letters arrived at 3 different newspapers. Each letter claimed responsibility for the murders and included strange cryptograms or ciphers that the killer insisted must be published in the newspapers or more people would die. Each letter was signed with a simple but terrifying symbol, a circle with a cross through it, the Zodiac's mark. The Zodiac was unlike any killer before him. He didn't just murder, he played games. He mocked police, taunted journalists, and threatened school children. In one of his letters he wrote, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." Communities went into panic. School buses were escorted by police. Couples stopped going to lovers' lanes. The Zodiac wasn't just killing people. He was terrorizing an entire region. Over the next year, more attacks followed. In September 1969, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were picnicking at Lake Berryessa. A man in a bizarre hooded costume approached them, tied them up, and stabbed them repeatedly. Cecilia died. Brian barely survived. Just 2 weeks later, cab driver Paul Stein was shot in his taxi in San Francisco. In a shocking twist, police missed the chance to catch the killer. They stopped a man near the scene who matched the description, but then let him go. That man may have been the Zodiac himself. The Zodiac's obsession with codes is what made him infamous. Some of his ciphers have been solved, revealing disturbing messages. One of the earliest read, "I like killing because it is so much fun. Man is the most dangerous animal of all." But others, like the infamous 340-character cipher, took 51 years to solve. It wasn't cracked until 2020, when a team of amateur code breakers finally revealed its message. And yet, even with the code solved, it gave no clue to the killer's identity. Over the decades, hundreds of suspects were considered. Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester, was one of the prime suspects, but no evidence conclusively tied him to the crimes. Other names, like Richard Gaikowski and Lawrence Kane, surfaced, but nothing stuck. Even DNA evidence from envelopes thought to be licked by the Zodiac has never provided a match. The Zodiac seemed always to be one step ahead. By the mid-1970s, the letters stopped. The murders stopped. Or did they? To this day, some believe the Zodiac simply disappeared into anonymity, living out his life as an ordinary man. Others believe he was arrested for other crimes, or perhaps even died without ever being caught. What makes the Zodiac so chilling is not just the murders, it's the taunts, the riddles, the mystery. He wanted to be remembered. And in that, he succeeded. The Zodiac Killer remains one of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history. His identity, his motives, his games, all of it still haunts investigators and true crime enthusiasts around the world. But our journey doesn't stop here. In the next episode of our series, we'll explore a case that feels like a riddle wrapped in paranoia. The mysterious death of Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel. A story that combines crime, mental health, and the terrifying unknown. So if you're ready for another night of mystery, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss Episode 3. Thanks for watching, and remember, some mysteries never die.